Hey, Mr. Wiedemer here, Mr. Wiedemer's History. Welcome to Unit 3, Section 3, The Rise of Big Business. Alright, so we talked about how industry is taking place, how the railroads played a part, and now we're going to talk about corporations and business. Now, objective, you guys be determine how big business works. And we're going to start out with a little bit of quote here from old Honest Abe. Corporations have been enthroned in the era of corruption, and high places will follow. Oh boy, did he know to tell the future or what? And this is spot on for big business in America. Corruption in high places. And soon. How's it happen? Remember the government's, laissez-faire, hands off. Yeah, the government's not getting involved. So corruption ensues. Right? We talked about the railroads were the first big business, and they allowed a mass market to take place where people can ship goods from New York to California on the train. So that's very important there. We talked about that last time. Right? Large companies can manufacture stuff very cheaply. Economics of scale. Right? They can produce products at lower cost. Right? So we're going to offer high salaries to managers to help manage corporations, manage businesses. And so they're going to take control of all business. These large corporations are. These large companies. They own the money and the means of production. So corporations organize work to gain maximum production from employees, such as Frederick Taylor invented the time clock, punch in, punch out, so you can track the workers. Right? Big business of meat packing, one of the first industries to really take shape, because the refrigerated rail car. So now the meat can be shipped all over the country, and it'll still be preserved because it's in a refrigerated car. Right, there's the picture of an early refrigerated meat car there. There's your ice tanks on the side. There's your meat hanging there. Alright, so refrigerated cars such as Swift and Armour. Yes, Swift, same company who delivers the food to the school, the Swift truck. Right, you see that all the time. And right here is when it started, the late 1800s. Right, big business, because of their efficiency, organization, and size, large businesses had advantage over competition. Right, they could demand volume discounts, basically saying, I ship, so much product on your rail line. How about you give me a discount? And so rail companies gave big business discounts because they were good business partners. Right? And so they sold the product at a loss until local competitors were forced to shut down. So you made so much of this product so cheaply and efficiently that you can sell it for a loss and sell it so cheap that all your local businesses cannot compete with you and they shut down. Once they shut down, you're the only game in town, boom, prices go back up. Right? It's all about the money here in these big businesses. Very, very shady business practices going on here. Not good for the American consumer, right? Some shady stuff's going on, right? And they would form what's called monopoly. No, monopoly's not just a game, but it's a term that means you own everything, all right? That's the point of the game, is owning everything, and so people can land on your place and owe you a lot of money because you own both of it, all right? So that is monopoly. Right? You can raise prices and pay less for supplies. You own everything in a monopoly. So one company owns it all, whether it's all the means of production and shipping or all other companies like it. Right, examples of great businesses started in this time: American Tobacco, GE, United Fruit. All got their start during the rise of big business in the late 19th century. All right, here's examples of business taxes. Going to evade the law. You're going to bribe officials. Wink, wink, nod, nod. Hey, I'll give you $1,000 under the table if you let this violation of code slide by. Okay. Right? So they're going to destroy labor unions because they don't like labor unions. They want to pay people less. All right? Labor unions are all about better benefits and more pay, but business is not like that at all. So they're going to try to destroy labor unions. And they also have no care for the environment because, hey, whatever it takes to make money, we're going to do. Right? That's the business way. That's the business model. So Americans, as you might imagine, have mixed feelings about this. Some say it's corrupt. It's going to influence government. Right, the wealth and the power of money. Money talks. They were right. Others admitted, hey, business is great. It's very efficient. Prices are low. Plenty of jobs. Yay for big business. Whoop, whoop. And so there's those two sides. And so many people actually went from nothing to everything. Rags to riches, as they're called. People wrote about this, such as Horatio Algier. Alright, he's going to write these stories, these rags to riches stories. They become famous. People are like, we still love it today. Someone who comes from nothing and makes something of themselves. A professional athlete, a CEO of a company, someone who came from nothing and is now larger than life. We still love these stories today. They still make good stories. Alright, quick review of this part 1 here. Railroads allow for mass markets. It's allowed big business to form, such as the meatpacking industry, railroad companies, GE, United Fruit, American Tobacco. Right, corporations were ruthless, did whatever it takes to make money. Anything to make a profit. Businesses were willing to do it. And government's like, hey, you can do whatever you want. Laissez-faire. Right? And Americans had mixed feelings about big business. Some were like, big business is the devil, and it's corrupt and evil, and it's going to make America, just like Europe, and it's going to be awful. We fled Europe because of this. And then others were like, yeah, low prices, more jobs, business is great. And now on to corporations. Corporations basically, you own a part of this company along with a whole bunch of other people. Alright? And so before it was just, you're a sole proprietorship. You own your company. Alright? Or a partnership, you and someone else together. Now, the difference here is it's all about risk reward. Alright? Sole proprietorship, huge risk, huge reward. So if you start a company up, it goes kerplunk, you lose everything. But if it makes a lot of money, you're rich, you don't have to share it with anybody. Partnership, alright, goes kerplunk, you might, not be as worse off if you did it by yourself, but, still not going to be good. And if you make the big bucks, you have to share it with somebody. Corporations offer you low risk. You invest in a corporation, it goes bankrupt, you're alright, you only have a little bit of money. Alright? If it makes a lot of money, you get a lot of money. Alright? And so, risk reward here. That's why I want corporations. That's why people thrive to this stuff. Alright? And plus, it lasted beyond the years of stockholders, Corporations, like I said, like GE, who's still very much prevalent today in America, got started back here. Alright? As a corporation. Corporations don't go when the founder dies. They carry on. And it's another benefit. Plus, they're very efficient, and production methods can be increased, right? With the increased labor pool, more money being put in there. Corporations are good, especially for people who in the corporations are making money, but they're also evil. So, kinds of companies. Right? By selling stocks and bonds, corporation could raise the capital or investment money into operations. No one investor would make a huge risk. I said risk reward here. Alright? You put a little in, you can get a lot out. Alright? Invest in these corporations. Alright? And so holding company became popular. Basically, one company is going to hold shares in a whole bunch of other companies. Like I hold the holding company, and I own part of Walmart, own part of McDonald's, own part of Pepsi. Alright? So that's going to be like a holding company there. These wealthy capitalists can own controlling interest in many businesses. One person can own control in, McDonald's, own control in Burger King, own control in Walmart. All these different businesses can be controlled by one person. Alright, and these are called trusts. Now, trusts, there's good trusts and there's bad trusts. But trusts really get a bad name because of the bad trusts. And you see here this cartoon here. And you see trusts, according to this artist, are bad. The big bad trust holding America hostage. Democracy's trying to fight it, and it's to no avail. Trusts are inherently evil. Alright, they're formed when you have several companies gain control to a single person or a board of trustees, and they own several corporations, several companies. All right, basically they're going to form to consolidate businesses. Like JP Morgan consolidate 2 electric companies to make GE. All right, GE becomes a trust. Rockefeller consolidates many oil industries into American Standard Oil, which becomes a trust. All right, so form consolidated businesses. They fix prices, create monopolies, because if you control all the business, you control the prices, and people have to pay that because there's nowhere else to go. An example of these trusts are Standard Oil, U.S. Steel, American Tobacco Company, Ma and Pa Bell. All right, most of these have been later on forced by the government to break apart because monopolies are bad. Unless you're playing a board game, in which case they're good. But monopolies are bad. They're evil. Alright, here's a chart here explaining different types of businesses. You can pause this to read this a little more to get a little more information about corporations, partnerships, sole proprietorship, advantages, disadvantages along the way. Now, ways to combine companies. Alright, business consolidation takes many forms: horizontal and vertical. Horizontal integration, you have several firms engaged. Like, for example, one steel company will own, 10 other steel companies. Alright, so you own likewise companies. So if it became large enough, it's going to create a monopoly. And so, an example I give here, owning all the railroad businesses in an area. That's horizontal integration. You own all the railroad companies under one trust, under one person, one company. That's horizontal integration. Then you have vertical integration, where you're going to own all the means, everything to do with that company, the means of transportation, the means of supply, means of production. Everything vertically, you will own that, all under one roof. Here's an infographic to really hone in, to really help you visualize the difference between vertical integration and horizontal integration. As you see, these one steel company is vertical integration. One steel company will own the steel mill, all the shipping facilities, could own a rail line too, own the mines, the quarries. And so the means of production, the means of facilitating, they own it all. Horizontal, one company owns many other companies, all the other companies like it in the area. There's another chart that explains vertical and horizontal integration. Alright, real review. Railroads allowed for mass market. This allowed big business to form. Meatpacking industry, railroad, GE, United Fruit. The business is going to form. Corporations are ruthless. Do whatever it takes to make a profit. Whatever it takes to make money. Right? Americans had mixed feelings about big business. Some were like big business is evil and corrupt, and it's going to corrupt the government. And some were like big business, yeah, all the way. Low prices, good jobs. Big business rocks. Right? Corporations were formed to increase earnings and efficiency and to offset risks of business. Right? Trust form, or one board or individual. They own several corporations. Right? They consolidate power, fix prices, create monopolies. Two types of integrating business. We got vertical integration, which you control everything associated with your business. Means your production, means your shipping, means you're getting your raw materials, everything. And horizontal integration, where you own all the businesses like yours. Right? And a little bit to end here, what we'll be doing in class. This time, captains of industry. These guys are who own the business, also called robber barons, because they, that's the bad name to them, because they stole money from the people to get rich. All right, we have Rockefeller, Vanderbilt, Carnegie, Morgan, and we are going to be doing an activity comparing and contrasting lifestyles of these robber barons. So, until next time, I'm Mr. Wiedemer. Study history.